How's it going, guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going over one of the biggest checks or gates in the early game for the first Descendant, and that's going to be the Devourer Intercept boss fight. Now when you go into this boss fight, the first thing you're going to want to do, well, the things you want to know before going into this boss fight is two things in particular. One, you want to mod for toxin resistance on your Descendant. This is very important because he does a lot of toxic damage. Two, you're going to want to mod your weapons for elect damage using the electric enhancement perk and any other elect mods that you can find and scavenge onto your weapon, because electric is your friend. It is your best friend in this, because this is a damage check and you are going to need that electric damage to get past this damage check. And another tip, the third one, would be if you have a Kyle you can bring in, or preferably a bunny or multiple bunnies, that would be amazing, because Bunny's electricity damage obviously is very good against this boss, and her 4 is very good against the ball mechanic, which you'll see when he activates it. I'll tell you when, and I'll be describing what happens on the screen. As for the mechanics of the boss itself and survivability wise, stay far away from him. You don't want to get slammed by his abilities. He has a few long range abilities as well. They're fairly easy to dodge. You want to keep moving around, keep doing damage as you can. We had Eugen with us in here, which is always nice. Eugen is the best healer in the game. And aside from dodging his base mechanics, which he's going to throw some poison at you, he's going to put some poison on the ground, as you can see there. Avoid stepping in the poison if possible. This will make your life much easier. If you have a Eugen like we did, you can kind of get bailed out. As you can see, I'm being a little reckless here because, well, we have that healer. Now I brought Volby in here because Volby applies the debuff to the boss. It allows my teammates to do 20% more electricity and chill damage, and again the elect damage is huge here. Now, as you can see, if you press tab on your keyboard, if you're playing mouse and keyboard, you're going to activate your Eceive. I don't exactly know how you say it, but I say Eceive, and it's going to tell you all of the weak spots of the boss. The main goal here is to do as much damage as humanly possible to these weak spots. And as you can see right there, we have my teammate grappling on and breaking the part, which brings him to his knees and allows you to get free damage. Now what you want to do is you want to go for the core right here. Now if you have the bunnies with you, this would be a great time to use your 4th ability, because you can just burst damage straight into his core, which is going to give you a huge damage boost. Okay, so again, as you see on here, he's just going to keep putting poison on the ground. He's going to be annoying. That's all he's going to do. He's going to shoot a couple things at me. I'm just jumping around, dodging it. Now here's the mechanic. This is where things gets important. So if you see here, unfortunately our teammate died. So this mechanic didn't go exactly as planned. What you need to do is, ideally you would split up into teams of 2. I'm over here by myself, and as you can see, this symbiote takes a lot of damage. A lot. Now, on top of doing as much damage as you can to the symbiote, he's going to drop these circles, these green circles on me that are basically going to be meteors of toxin, and they're also going to do quite a bit of damage to you, and this is why we modded for that toxin resistance. So make sure you're always on the move. Make sure you roll out of the zone into the zone to dodge these. You are going to want to dodge these because they will kill you. So while dumping all of your damage into these symbiotes and avoiding this mechanic that can potentially one-shot you, this is why, as you can see, it's one of the more difficult encounters in the game, and this is why it's one of the build checks where you actually need a proper build if you're going to pass this comfortably. So the ideal way to pass this is there's going to be 3 symbiotes that are going to spawn, 3 or 4, and you're going to split up into 2 teams of 2, and you're going to run with your partner to the symbiote, and you're going to both dump all of your damage into the symbiote so you can try to kill the symbiotes before they heal him too much. Now, most of the time, even with good damage in our runs, he does get back to full health. Don't worry about that. That's okay. That's perfectly normal. It's the shield you don't want him to get back, so if he gets back to full health, you can easily DPS him back down. As you can see here, I'm going for a grapple on the weak point. I can't get it because, well, I'm not very good at the game. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I get the grapple here, and I go in and I break the weak point. Breaking the symbiotes is your main priority. Now they are going to drop the green ball mechanic, as I stated, so you and your teammate are going to need to watch out for that. Once all the symbiotes are down, the 3 or 4, you're just going to run back and you're going to continue DPSing this boss, avoiding every mechanic there was previously. No new mechanics are going to be introduced. It's just going to be survivability and damage from there, so make sure you're keeping the damage up. You're always moving. You don't want to stand still. You want to make sure that you're hitting those weak spots. When he's on his knees, go for the core. If the core is broken, you want to go for his eyes. If the eye's broken, go for his back and his gun. If there's no more weak spots to go for it. So there's really not much more to the fight, the symbiote being the main mechanic and what usually stops people from completing this. Once you get past that, you should feel happy. You basically have won the fight. Once you're past that phase and he hasn't got back all of his shields and it's just health he's got back, then you're good to go. Now, if there's any questions you have, feel free to ask in the comments below. This was recorded live on Twitch at twitch.tv/EEFANN. I may be streaming now. If you want to go stop by, give me a follow. Maybe ask me some questions that you have about anything else in the game. And yeah, also, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. There will be more First Descendant content coming out every single day. I've uploaded 2 videos a day so far. And I plan on uploading an in-depth guide for every single Descendant, early game and end game. So if you're interested in that, stick around, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.